If you were asked, what is the best game you have ever played? What is the reason why you chose this game, and how can you say that it is a masterpiece based on your opinion? If you have been a gamer for a long time, you probably have many answers and will find it difficult to choose among the titles you have in mind. For me, I personally consider Final Fantasy X to be the best game I have ever played. It is the only game that has received a perfect score based on my personal taste, even though I have also played Final Fantasy VII, which is considered by many to be the best Final Fantasy title ever created. But how exactly is a game considered as one of the greatest ever created? What are the standards, and who sets these standards to say that this game should be ranked as one of the best? There are numerous games that could be considered, spanning across various genres, so it may just be your opinion that says this game is the best, while others may have a different opinion. Some may say Tetris, or it could be Super Mario, or even Zelda. In 2007, at a time when the only game console I could afford was a second-hand Game Boy, other games were not as popular here in the Philippines. Most people were addicted to online games or PC gaming, with games like Dota, Ragnarok, and Counter-Strike being particularly popular. Online and LAN games dominated the gaming industry in the country, with computer cafes being a common sight. Console gamers were rare, as PS2 cafes were becoming popular where you could rent consoles by the hour to play the games you wanted to experience. In my opinion, only those who were well off could afford game consoles at that time, such as PSP, PS2, and the Xbox, which were not widely prominent here in the Philippines back then. Fast forward to 2024, after years of playing, I often see a game that always stands out as one of the masterpiece titles. I found out that this game is from one of the biggest game developers to ever exist. Known for titles like Half-Life, Left 4 Dead, Counter-Strike, and Dota 2, mostly LAN and PvP games, I was truly intrigued about what makes this game worth considering as one of the best ever created. Is it just hype from Western gamers? Was it simply overlooked here in the Philippines, which is why I have no idea why this game is considered a masterpiece? Was it because I didn't have access to a PC back then and gave more priority to console gaming, particularly on Sony game consoles? First of all, I am not particularly skilled when it comes to FPS games, as I have a condition that makes me easily nauseous and dizzy whenever I play games in this genre. Secondly, I have only completed Borderlands 1 and 2 in this fast genre, and it took me several months to finish these two games individually. This is also one of the reasons why I have not been interested in playing Resident Evil 7 and PT, or better known as Playable Teaser, even though they belong to my most beloved game genre, the survival horror, because I cannot even last at least half an hour playing in the first person's perspective in gaming. But I am truly curious about this game. Why do they say it is a masterpiece? Why did it become famous before, and why does it still resonate with gamers today? So, here I am starting my review of what is believed to be one of the greatest games ever created. Originally released by Valve in 2007 for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Microsoft Windows, it was later ported to various other platforms such as Android, Nintendo Switch, macOS, and Linux. So without wasting any more time, let's dive headfirst into the game, Portal, on the Nintendo Switch. Again, this review is solely based on my personal perspective, and this intro was written before I even played the game. This is my first experience playing Portal. Thank you for understanding, and I hope you support this channel so it can continue to grow and I can create more videos like this. Please enjoy. Picture this. A game that seamlessly blends puzzle solving with a first-person shooter perspective. Imagine an intricate platforming environment where the very architecture itself serves as the puzzle. And your character possessed the extraordinary ability to phase through floors and walls using a gun that blasts walls with holes. Enter the world of Portal. I just can't understand why some games like this only have an inverted Y-axis for camera controls, with no option to invert the X-axis. However, they do have an option for Southpaw gamers. So, I chose to use an external controller that has been modified with software to play all games like this with inverted camera controls. You can also customize some controls such as shooting portal projectiles, crouching, jumping, holding or interacting. You have the power to make yourself comfortable, and now, everything is ready. The pacing of the game is fast, complemented by finely detailed graphics and a commendable voiceover. Particularly intriguing is the robotic voice that provides a constant narrative backdrop. A character I've discovered goes by the name GLaDOS, or perhaps GLaDOS. The pronunciation remains a mystery to me, but personally, I find GLaDOS to be the better fit. Additionally, my research indicates that the main character is named Shell, whom I suspect is a woman. The game's storyline hasn't quite sunk in for me yet. After selecting New Game, I was immediately thrust into this empty room without any context as to why I'm here, with this strange-looking radio or sorter. Throughout my gameplay, I couldn't help but notice the ever-watchful camera, tracking my every move regardless of where I ventured. It's eerie, but it adds to the overall atmosphere of this desolate facility, which seems like every action that I make is under tight observation. Early in the game, you'll acquire a remarkable tool: the portal gun. This nifty device becomes your trusty companion throughout your entire playthrough. The portal gun wields the power to create two distinct portals. One orange, the other is blue. These portals forge tangible connections between disparate locations in three-dimensional space. But here's the twist: neither end is strictly an entrance or exit. Anything that ventures through one portal emerges from the other side like a cosmic shortcut. At the beginning, I felt that the puzzles felt like simple tutorials. Too basic and straightforward, gently introducing me to the game. During my initial minutes, everything seemed fine. As I played through a second time, I found myself getting more immersed in the game, yet the story remained a mystery. Each puzzle I solved opened up a new path to an elevator with the word Aperture at the top, hinting at a potential name of this facility, though this remained unconfirmed. The engaging nature of the puzzles overshadowed any narrative gaps, leading to a sense of enjoyment with each level completed. While some aspects felt repetitive, the increasing complexity of the puzzles extended the gameplay experience, drawing me further to play more and immerse myself into the game. While it may appear to be a basic puzzle platforming game at first glance, as you delve deeper, you'll encounter a plethora of mechanics to master, like shifting projectiles. These seemingly innocuous projectiles spell instant death upon impact. Then the long jumps. Sometimes, the path to remote areas lies not beyond a simple leap. You need to master the art of long jumps to access those distant and high areas by using the momentum from falls and jumps while entering the portals. And there's the companion cube. At first glance, it's an unassuming object. A mere cube. You can use it as a shield against projectiles, distract those auto-fire robots, or even create makeshift platforms to gain access to some higher grounds. This seemingly straightforward game conceals more complexity than initially meets the eye. However, I was surprised to discover that it isn't as lengthy as I had assumed. I browsed through YouTube walkthroughs, and most players completed it in under an hour. Some took slightly longer, almost 2 hours. As for my own playthrough, I reckon I spent around 4 to 5 hours immersed in the game. Perhaps I just had a hard time to analyze the puzzles, resulting in extended duration of my gameplay. What stood out to me in this game was the final boss battle. Its concept is captivating, even though the mechanics are quite simple. I never expected this game to leave such a lasting impression on me. Perhaps its uniqueness and puzzle difficulty contributed to its memorability. However, it wasn't until I reached the final battle stage that everything fell into place. After completing the fight, a series of short cutscenes provided an insight to the story. Initially, understanding the story can be tough unless you persistently play through and complete the game. Unfortunately, I can't play the credits song for you due to copyright restrictions, but I highly recommend listening to it. The song, named Still Alive, is quite famous. Just do a quick search and you'll be overwhelmed by the amount of results you can get online, and its quality is one of the reasons this game became memorable for me. The song has humor, catchy beats, and amusing lyrics that suit the singer's vocal style. It's incredibly chill, and I'll likely add it to my playlist. Upon completing the game, you'll unlock bonus content that features commentary while you play. If you're curious about the game's development, there are fascinating facts waiting to be discovered. However, summarizing all these intriguing aspects would result in an overwhelmingly long video. The extra content enhances immersion, guiding you through the game with speech bubbles strategically placed throughout. These bubbles offer specific information about the development. Simply press the R button when near them. I rate this game 80 out of 100. Despite not having an extensive overall content, it's still worth playing. I'm confident that thinking gamers out there will enjoy it. I highly recommend this game if you want to challenge your analytical skills and puzzle-solving abilities. Give it a try. It's relatively short, but it's definitely good. The game's intricate puzzles, straightforward controls, and mechanics make it truly worth your while. Again, I kindly ask for a favor. If you're watching this video, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with your friends or anyone you know who plans to play this game. By simply clicking that button and sharing, you've made a significant contribution to promoting a small channel like mine, helping it grow even further and improve in my upcoming videos. Thank you very much. This is Wicked Weirdo, an aspiring game vlogger from the Philippines, now signing off, hoping that all of you are having a good one. See you on my next video.
Thank you for assuming